We'll start today's practice on all fours in a tabletop position. All 10 fingers rooted into the mat as the palm of your hand presses down into the earth. All 10 toes tucked under onto the mat. And begin to check in with your breath here. Noticing the inhale in through your nose, expanding your chest and rib cage, and the exhale out of your nose. On your next inhale, arch your spine, dropping your belly button to the mat, crown of the head reaches toward the sky, cow pose. Exhale, spine curls, head drops toward the mat, cat pose. Inhale, cow, shoulders spread wide, heart open. Exhale, cat, spine curls, chin comes in toward your chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to a neutral spine in tabletop position and extend your right arm long, parallel to the mat, and your left leg long. Foot of your left leg flexed with your toes pointing toward the mat. And breathe here. Focusing on pulling your core in tight, elongating your spine, one straight line of energy from the bottom of your tailbone to the top of your head. Inhale, extending your right arm and your left leg long. Exhale, curl both in toward the midline, connecting your elbow to your knee. Inhale, extend long, fingers reaching toward the front of your mat. Exhale, connection between right elbow and left knee. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Bring both your right hand and your left foot back to the mat, tabletop position. Now begin to extend your left arm and your right leg in opposite directions. Noticing the weight transfer and the engagement required of your core to stay balanced. Inhale, extend both limbs long. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, drop your left hand and your right foot back to the mat. Tabletop position. And slowly pressing into your heels, extending your legs, take downward facing dog. Pedaling your heels toward the mat, left and right. Gently beginning to warm up the legs. On an inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, spine lengthens. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, hands over your head, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to a high plank. Quadriceps light up. Arms isometrically squeeze toward each other, and your belly button pulls toward your spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keeping your core engaged, step your right foot to the top of the mat, and then the left. Hands to heart center. Hands to the mat, step your left foot back to high plank, and then your right foot back to high plank. One deep inhale here, and exhale. Now step your left foot to the top of the mat, and then your right foot comes to meet your left. Hands to heart center. Hands to the mat. Left foot to the back of your mat, and then your right foot back to the mat. Inhale here, and exhale. Take a few more cycles of this stepping front, front, back, back on your own time, working with your breath, igniting your abdominal muscles, creating some heat in your practice. We'll meet back in a high plank position. Downward facing dog. Hips lift, heels press toward the mat, and both palms root into the ground. Stability. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, spine lengthens. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, extended mountain pose, hands above your head. Exhale, hips sink, knees bend, chair pose. Hands come to heart center and firmly press together. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper with your hips, being sure that your knees are not over your big toes so that you protect your ligaments and tendons that are so sensitive in your knee. Inhale, raise just 1 inch. Exhale, sink a little deeper with your hips. One more, inhale and rise 1 inch. Exhale, sink. On your next inhale, slowly twist to the right for a twisted chair, also known as thunderbolt pose. Letting every inhale lengthen your spine, and every exhale twist you slightly deeper. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands back to heart center. Exhale, twist to the left. Noticing any resistance, noticing any thoughts that pop up as you move and breathe and get in touch with your body. Inhale, hands back to heart center. Thighs should be burning. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, spine lengthens. Step back to a high plank. One deep inhale here. Exhale and hold. Step your right foot to the top of the mat, and then your left. One more Malasana, goddess squat, and this time roll onto your back, rocking and rolling on your spine, a gentle massage with your knees hugged into your chest. Then come into boat pose. Shin bones parallel to the mat, belly draws in, arms extend toward the front of your mat, and breathe. On your next inhale, come to low boat. Exhale, high boat. Low boat. and high boat. One more, low boat, high boat. Hands come to heart center and gently begin to twist left and right. Choosing to bicycle your legs if that feels good, or simply staying right as you are, both shin bones parallel to the mat, as you gently twist your spine, left and right. We'll meet back in high boat. Now gently roll onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking back and forth, side to side, and then extend all 4 of your limbs long. And for a second, notice your beating heart, but also the feeling of your body supported by the mat. We'll roll over onto our bellies and stretch into Sphinx pose. All 10 toes untucked, tops of your feet resting gently on the mat as your forearms rest parallel to the edges of your mat. Lengthening the spine, energy through the crown of your head. You can choose to stay here, or if it's available to you, you can slowly begin to press your hands into the mat, taking seal pose. A little bit fuller of a back bend to stretch out those abdominal muscles after all of the work we've done. And then come to rest, one cheek on the mat, your arms at either side of your body, resting for just a second. And from here, we will take Locust pose. Clasp both of your hands together at your low back and gently peel your head, neck, and shoulders away from the mat as the crown of your head reaches long and your abdominal muscles engage. Your glutes squeeze together, remembering to breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Opposite cheek comes to the mat, hands drop. Maybe you rock your hips back and forth slightly as a bit of a low back massage. We'll take one more Locust. Clasp your hands at your sacrum and press up on an exhale. Head, neck, and shoulders lift. Belly engages. Locust pose. Release. Shaking your hips out, relaxing, and then when you're ready, press into all 4s, coming back into that tabletop position. We'll take a few more cycles of cat-cow. On an inhale, drop your belly, crown of the head reaches, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more, cow pose. And cat pose. Come back to a neutral spine and gently make your way to your back. Shavasana.